In this video, we'll outline a few of the key changes in the recent release of BOSS 8.2. The first change, and likely the biggest change, is a new option that allows you to restrict users' access to specific branches. In the past, users had access to all branches, meaning they could create or view or access any order, any service work order, or anything regardless of the branch. The second feature that's been added is we've made a modification to the calling of SYNIX based on the recent change in security protocols. They've indicated that the need to raise the security protocol to TLS version 1.1 is a requirement as of May 2016, and later in the year they're expected to raise it again to TLS-V version 1.2. In the release of BOSS 8.2, we've gone ahead and moved that security protocol up to the TLS version 1.2. The third fix in this module is a fix with regards to Ingram when calling or updating price and availability. In certain cases, the prices returned represented a volume discount, not an actual price as indicated by a single item. Looking at these in more detail, the first one, restrict access to a specific branch, is first set up based on the user's profile in the admin module. If you access the admin module, you'll notice a new tab on the far right called branches. This represents a list of one or more branches that a user has access to. If left blank, meaning no values are in this list, then the user will default to the old way, which means they would have access to all branches. In fact, when BOSS 8.2 is initially released, all of your users will still be able to access any and all branches in your system. Only if you wish to restrict specific users to specific branches would you want to come into the customer profile or the user profile and access this area. Again, you can see in this example, we've got 3 branches. If I want to add a branch, hitting the add button allows me to pick and choose, and of course I can remove branches here as well. Once that's set, if a user then accesses the sales module or the warehouse module, you'll find that their ability to locate a work order or a sales order that's for a branch that they do not have access to, they will not be able to view that order. In addition, things such as creating a new quote or service order will also restrict which branches they can access when they create new orders or new services in here. Any aspect in the system, including the order status screen, would also restrict their view to only line items that are linked to their branches. Again, if untouched, all users initially will still have access to all the branches in the system. Only if you go into the admin module, go to the branches for that user, and set one or more branches here, you'll restrict the access for that given user. The second feature we mentioned was the change in security. This isn't something necessarily you can view as it's behind the scenes, but suffice it to say that if you use the verify line item, when you actually do a verify here, this call to SYNIX will now use the higher protocol version 1.2. No additional changes will be required on your side or your servers. Finally, the third change was the Ingram one, which we mentioned that when you do a verify on an Ingram part, previously certain items with volume discounts would return that value, which of course would be the lower value and often the incorrect value. Now, the calls will always return the value based on a single unit as far as pricing is concerned.